Good day, students. I hope you all are doing well and taking good care of yourself. Today we are going to continue the same topic of last session, and the topic is the central government, the executive part 2. Children, if you all remember, in our last session we had discussed about the President of India, the highest constitutional post of India. In this session we are going to discuss about the Vice President and the Prime Minister of India. According to the Constitution of India, the office of the Vice President is the second highest constitutional post of India. The office of the Vice President in India is complementary to that of the President. In that case, the Vice President takes over the role of the President in the absence of the President of India. In other words, the role of the Vice President is to assist the President in being the nominal head of the Republic of India. One more important thing, children, about the Vice President of India is that the office of the President cannot be combined in one person as per the Constitution of India. It means the Vice President of India is having his different role as the member of the Government of India. The Vice President is elected by members of both houses of Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. He or she must be an Indian citizen who should have completed 35 years of age. The Vice President holds office for the period of 5 years and is the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. The Vice President takes the place of the President if he or she falls ill, has resigned, is away from the country, has died, and a new president is yet to be elected. Children, now we are going to discuss about the most important member of the Government of India, that is the Prime Minister. The Lok Sabha is elected anew every 5 years. It means the election of Lok Sabha is held after every 5 years. It consists of members belonging to different political parties. It means all the political parties of India can take part in the elections of Lok Sabha. The leader of the majority party, the party which gets maximum seats in Lok Sabha, is called by the President to become the Prime Minister and form the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is the most powerful person in the Government of India. Children, now we are going to discuss about the qualifications to become the Prime Minister of India. To become the Prime Minister of India, a person must be a citizen of India. He or she should be a member of the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. If the person chosen as the Prime Minister is not a member of either house at the time of selection, he or she must get elected to either house within 6 months. And the age for the Lok Sabha member is about 25 years of age, and for the Rajya Sabha member above 30 years of age. So these are the qualifications to become the Prime Minister of India. Children, now we are going to discuss about the powers of the Prime Minister of India. Prime Minister of India is the head of the Government of India. He takes most of the important decisions of the government along with the Council of Ministers. He selects the members for the Council of Ministers, and this list is then given to the President for his or her approval. The Prime Minister of India is generally in charge of the Department of Ministry of Personal, Public Grievances and Pensioners. He is also the in charge of Ministry of Planning, Department of Atomic Energy, Department of Space, and he appoints committees of the cabinet. He takes all the decisions of the government but after the approval of Council of Ministers. Children, now we are going to discuss about few more important functions and powers of the Prime Minister of India. The Prime Minister determines the general direction of government's activities. The Prime Minister is the chief spokesperson of the government in the Parliament. The Prime Minister announces important policy decisions of the government. The Prime Minister represents India in high-level international meetings and also addresses the nation on issues of national importance. Nowadays, children, Prime Minister comes on TV and he discusses about all the policies of Government of India because he is the in charge of the country and he can take each and every decision with the help of the Council of Ministers. Children, you can see few more important functions and powers of the Prime Minister of India. The Prime Minister of India is the chief advisor of the President of India. He advises the President. The Prime Minister serves as the link between the President and the Council of Ministers. This is the duty of the Prime Minister of India to communicate all the decisions taken by the Council of Ministers and the legislature to the President. The Prime Minister allocates portfolios. Portfolios means the departments of the Council of Ministers. Like we have Defense Minister, Home Minister, HRD Minister. All these departments are decided by the Prime Minister of India. And he coordinates work among various ministers and departments through the Cabinet Secretariat. So children, today we have discussed about the most important member of the Government of India, that is Prime Minister. If you all remember, in our last session we had discussed about the President of India. The President of India is the head of the country and he is the first citizen of India. But he is the nominal head. Nominal head means he cannot take any decision. Whatever decisions he takes regarding the appointment, regarding the execution of law, regarding his judicial powers, he had to take approval from the Prime Minister of India, and Prime Minister has to take the approval of the Parliament of India. Okay, but the Prime Minister is the head of the real head of the country. If we take example, children, about the current situation of our country. Okay, every time Prime Minister only comes on TV and he only discusses about the policies of the Government of India related to the current problem. Okay, but he is informing to the President of India. He is informing him what is happening, what is the current situation. Okay, if we take example of lockdown also, then also he is informing, but decision he is taking. Okay, and he is the in charge of the government. He can take any decision. President, he is the nominal head. He has to say yes. Okay, if we take example of the law means if the bill is passed by the Parliament of India and that after the approval of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, if bill is on the table of President, he has to sign. Okay, if he will not sign, then he has to give his resignation. Okay, so either sign or resign. Suppose he resigned, but it has not happened till today. None of our president has done this. Okay, all the presidents of India, they have done their job very respectfully. So if the president of India, he resigned, for the next president of India, there is no option of resign also, he has to sign. So who is the real head of the country? The Prime Minister. He can only take any decision. Any decision means he cannot misuse his constitutional powers. He has to discuss with his Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers, you all know. Clear that all the ministers, they help him in taking decision. So Prime Minister is the head of the country and he takes all the decisions. That's why we always blame on Prime Minister. We know all the laws are signed by the president, but we don't blame on president. We blame on Prime Minister only, because we know everything is decided by the Prime Minister as per the constitution. Okay. So second question, if I would like to ask you, why there is no separate election for the post of Prime Minister? Okay, once again I will repeat myself, why there is no election for the post of Prime Minister? The answer is, see, who can be the Prime Minister of India? The leader of the majority party, the party which gets 2/3 majority in Lok Sabha, the leader of that particular party can be the Prime Minister of India. Okay, but this is all decided after the election. Before election, we can't say which party will get majority. So there is no election for the post of Prime Minister, but the Prime Minister is decided by the winning party, and that the appointment of Prime Minister is done by the President of India. Alright, I hope you all have understood how the Prime Minister is elected. Prime Minister is directly elected by us and the President is indirectly elected by us. The election of President is done by the member of Parliament, but we elect Prime Minister. We cast our vote in favor of any political party, and the winning party and the leader of the winning party can be the Prime Minister of India, and the Prime Minister only can take all the decisions. Okay, but he has to disclose all his decisions, all his policies to the Parliament. Parliament means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So why the Prime Minister is important? Because he is the in charge and he is the real head of our country. I hope children you all have understood. President is the nominal head. Okay. All the laws are executed by him, but his signatures are must, but he cannot deny. He has to sign. Prime Minister, he has to inform about each and every decision to the President of India, but Prime Minister can take any decision. So I hope you all have understood the difference between nominal head and the real head, and why we don't have separate elections for the post of Prime Minister. So children, on this slide you can see all the Prime Ministers of India. If you don't know the name, please write down the names of all these Prime Ministers, or you all should know who all are the Prime Ministers of India and who all are the President of India. Regarding the Council of Ministers, Council of Ministers means the helping ministers. Clear? The ministers along with their portfolio means department, those who help in formulate the policies along with their state ministers and deputy ministers. These are called Council of Ministers. These are the helping ministers of the Prime Minister. Okay. Regarding Council of Ministers in detail, we are going to discuss in next session of this chapter. This is the continuation of previous session. So we have one chapter, the central government. So one part already we have discussed, which included the President of India, regarding Vice President and Prime Minister, which we are going to discuss now, and regarding Council of Ministers, we are going to discuss in next session. Okay, so if any question, if any doubt is there, please note down, and definitely we will discuss in class. So children, this is all about the Prime Minister of India. Definitely in detail we are going to discuss in class. Till then, please take care of yourself and your family. Stay home, stay safe, and thank you.